years ago, I created a site called Connected Principals, and that was a way for principals all over the world to actually take some of their ideas that they were doing in schools and bring them to one space that principals could go to so that they could learn from each other, because that was a way of creating a community of lead learners all over the world. And then it led to my friend Patrick Larkin creating a hashtag CP Chat, which is a quicker way to share ideas and practices through Twitter, and we can connect that way. And I think that's really important, that we connect in this medium and learn from other principals and build that too.
I thought it was kind of dumb, actually, Twitter. I was not interested in telling people when I was going to Zehrs and doing my shopping and that kind of thing. And I couldn't see that as useful for my learning until I went to an OTF event around technology, and Will Richardson was presenting. And that's where I met a whole bunch of Ontario educators who were also on Twitter, and I began to follow them. And they were the most generous sharers of their learning ever. And Twitter has really transformed for me how I learn. I have this personal network, and I can go to all of you, and I'm following you if I see your tweets, by the way, because I'm a new VP this year, so now I need a new network. But I had this group of people now that really wanted to learn along with me, and that was just amazing.
The hashtag. Every school should have a hashtag where they share learning, where they share stuff that's happening at school. Not just simply a Twitter account, but a hashtag where people can actually share their ideas, and it's controlled by everybody, not just simply one person. And you can see all levels of our organization sharing here. You have teachers, superintendents, directors, classrooms, students, all spaces, because we're saying everyone is a teacher and everyone is a learner, and that's what we're trying to model in our work. So we started sharing our professional development, projects that we were doing. We started sharing blogs like 184 Days of Learning, and this is really powerful. We've been doing this for over 3 years now. We ask the question every single day, what did you learn? And anybody can answer this in our board, and this just happens to be a student, and she wrote...
So one of the things that I wanted to share with you was a successful project we tried at my school this year, and that was, we thought, the principal said, well, wouldn't it be great if we could get information from the families and really connect them to our Remembrance Day celebration this year? And I didn't know at the time he'd already done this the hard way, where people were actually sending photographs in. I think he was going to keep that quiet, so in case we would do it that way. So I said, oh, we can so do that. We can use social media to help us connect to our parents and engage them in our assembly, even if they can't come. So I made a little video tutorial created a Google slideshow, made it shared out to anyone who has the link, and created a little YouTube tutorial to show them how to put the first slide in. So I modeled the first slide, and they were just going to put the name of their family member. They were going to upload a photograph of a photo, or they were going to scan a photo in, and showed them how to do that. And then I just kind of waited. And we put it out on the blog, and I was at a workshop, and about 2 in the afternoon, the first one comes in. So I'm saying, oh, good, it works. The directions that I gave them worked. And then we got 38 slides from our community of 500 students, first go at it. And we read the names off of the students who were connected to families who had served. So now we're thinking, wow, how can we take this crowdsourcing idea about connecting and use it again in another way? And I remember going to something that Annie Kidder was, a speech she was giving about People for Education, and so many of our parents are engaged. They want to be engaged, they just can't be there at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday or whatever. So that worked.
I think personally, the one thing that I will do as a result of this institute will be to change the way I present myself online so that I'm sharing my learning and the journey of my learning with a wider audience in a wider perspective. So I think learning about the digital portfolio and how to create blogs that will share how it is that I'm going about learning new things and integrating new technologies will be the way that I will personally use this institute. I think from a school standpoint, I will be able to take a number of things from this institute that will help me engage the school community to a greater extent and will allow me to use different technological tools to bring in a wider part of the school community to help them better understand our school culture and what it is that we can do to support the students in that community.
The one thing that I will change with my practice as I reflect back on what I've learned over the last 2 days is really that homeschool communication piece. How do we engage the families in what's happening on a daily basis in our schools? And you know, traditionally we send home the monthly newsletter in an elementary school. We use our websites. We send out emails to remind our parent community of upcoming events. But I think over the last 2 days, I've really seen the power of social media and how that can engage our parents and our students and our staff in the daily life of our school, and how Twitter, for example, can be so valuable. We've had a Twitter account for the past year, but have we really used it effectively? No. And that's something we have to start to use more.